Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Season Changes Spoken Word Poetry Showcase. I am Derick Lee. I'll be here to kind of facilitate the night for you all, introduce our wonderful artists. Now, as we get into it, just want to lay down a tad bit of context. This quarterly, this year we're doing it 5 times, but this quarterly showcase is offered by the Iredell Arts Council. It's just an opportunity to showcase some of the local artists, storytellers in particular, from Statesville and the surrounding area. If y'all was here around 7:10-ish, you probably saw that we do got Fayetteville in the house tonight. So can we make some noise for Fayetteville? I don't even see him. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, so Law joining us from Fayetteville. I look forward to introducing him with a warm welcome from Statesville. Josh, you could turn me down just a tad bit more. Appreciate you. Thank you all so much to be here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate y'all for that. Before we get started with our first artist, I just kind of want to share some of the cultural norms within inside of the room. First thing first, just this practice of respect the mic. Y'all mind saying it with me? Respect the mic. And that just simply means whenever an artist is on stage, kind of giving them a space, that might look like mitigating walking while they're performing. It can take a lot to get on this stage, especially within the spotlight, especially if it's their first time. And so with that stated, we want to kind of just respect the mic, minimize talking. You heard? Yeah. All right. Number 2, show some love. Can y'all snap with me? Now that's, probably your Love Jones, some of your more traditional associations with spoken word. Some of the artists that I know can get a little more rowdy, so they appreciate y'all clapping. So can y'all clap with me? If your mama cooked some good food, what might you say? Mmm. Hey, if it's sitting in, mmm. You feel me? Now, when the spirit hits you, someone might say, hey, you go, poet. Can I hear that one time? You go, poet, right? Hey, all in all, the focus is just showing some love. So if we're making any noise throughout the poetry set, make sure we show some love. Sometimes, things can get a little emotional, right? Right? And so, if you see an artist being human, y'all do that with me? All in all, the goal is just to embrace the artistry. I think one important last note, just in terms of creating balance within inside of the space, styles vary amongst artists. You might have some folks who their work might resemble what you might associate with academia, right? Or what we might consider traditional. And then you have other artists who their poem is more expressive through the bodily features that you might associate with performance. What's important to note, no matter what your preference is, this stage, there's room for it all, right? And so we just want to make sure we're embracing everybody, showing some love to everybody that touched the mic tonight. If y'all down with that, can y'all say aye? Aye. All right, so through a round of applause, I want y'all to help me welcome a Statesville resident. Well, I shouldn't say Statesville. You in Troutman? All right, Statesville resident. Beautiful voice, by the way. No pressure, but I'm not sure if he's going to break out in song. Regardless, y'all help me welcome to the stage through a round of applause, D-Rob.
Well, all right. Thank you, Mr. Derick, for sure. Appreciate that. Um, well, if y'all don't mind, just for one time, just give a little hand clap for God real quick. You know, I'm not gonna wear y'all patience too much or not, but I do thank God for being here. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since I've been at a poetry night. Honestly, been about like a year or so, I think. So, and the last time I was here, I was me, but I was definitely in a different space than I am now, and I definitely thank God for the space that I'm in right now. So, I'm gonna do three uh, little pieces real quick. One piece is just, an expression, me expressing some things that's been going on, sharing a little bit of a testimony with it. And the other two are kind of gonna be covers. Um, One is it's not a gospel song, but the meaning can be taken in a gospel way to encourage it. And the last one is actually a gospel song. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the first one. And the first one is called It's Okay. And by the way, definitely shout out to my big sister and my big brother being here, and my other brother and my sister being here. You know what I'm saying? Definitely thankful to see them tonight. So, okay. It's okay. Everybody goes through it. Everybody has been where you've been. If they haven't been there, they could go there. But because you're there right now, don't fall apart. It's okay. It's okay to be different, to feel a way, to express how you feel about something as long as you keep it respectful, and even if others don't receive it, at least you let it off your chest. That's okay. It's okay. So many people would love to be in the position that you're in, and you don't even realize the position that you're in. So many people are in a dark room and have never seen light, but they see a light in you. Though you may feel dark, you're not. We've all been in that space. It's okay. Don't worry about what you did. Are you trying to do better? Don't worry about what's going on. Is it going to overtake you? Don't worry about who's watching. Don't worry about who's listening. Just focus on who you're talking to now. It's okay. I see you, my son, my child. I hear you, my son, my child. I feel your pain, my son, my child. It's okay. You don't have to fight by yourself. You have help for a reason. It's okay. You're a human. You're gonna cry sometimes. It's okay. You are not always gonna be the strongest version of yourself. It's okay. Just believe that I got your back. I'm always gonna have your back, and I'm never gonna leave you. If you feel like it's not, just know it's okay. Thank you. All right, this next song, it's a song, a form of poetry or whatever, but the words to it, I they hit me earlier while I was thinking about some stuff, and I was like, wow, has anybody ever been in a situation where you just needed somebody to pull you out, and you might be screaming, you might feel like you're the only one there, you don't see nobody else around, you can't hear nobody else around, and then out of nowhere, there's a hand that reaches down and is trying to pull you out of that pit that you're in. That's pretty much, what this song made me feel like. And it's called Trainwreck. So I'm just going to do a little bit of it and move on to the next. Laying in the silence, waiting for a siren, a sign, any sign that I'm alive still. I don't wanna lose it, but I'm not getting through this. Hey, should I pray? Should I pray? Yeah. To myself, to a God, to a Savior who can unbreak the broken, unsay these spoken words, find hope in the hopeless, pull me out the train wreck, unburn the ashes, unchain the reaction now, not ready to die, not yet, pull me out the train wreck, pull me out, pull me out, pull me out, oh. Pull me out, pull me out, pull me out. Underneath our bad blood, we've still got a sanctum. Home, still a home, it's still a home here. It's not too late, once in a million chance, it's still a chance. And I would take those arms to unbreak the broken, unsay these spoken words, find hope in the hopeless, pull me out the train wreck, unburn the ashes, unchain the reactions now, not ready to die, not yet, pull me out the train wreck, pull me out, pull me out, pull me out, oh, pull me out, pull me out, pull me out.
Hey, I'm disappointed in y'all, cause I ain't hear one sing, boy. Hey, let's give it up for D-Rob. And if y'all ain't take away anything from what he said, it's gonna be okay. Can we hear that and reaffirm that? It's gonna be okay. Appreciate you, D-Rob. All right, one more. Cool. We're going to smooth things into our next artist, and I want to say they got a special treat for us if I'm looking at a yellow little guitar, so I'm wondering what that's about. Ted Jackins is a writer, musician, multidisciplinary artist from Statesville, North Carolina. Their work seeks to view the world through the crack point of view of bipolar disorder. Can y'all please help me make some noise for Ted Jackins?
Hi. Hello. I just got out of the psych ward for the third time, which means just 2 more stays and I get a free keychain. I hope it's one of the ones with a flashlight. But no, I stayed in a psych ward, and I'm just here tonight to say there's no shame in it. And, if anybody here is struggling, just please get help, And I say this as much for myself as anyone else. The world needs you more than you might realize. And it's a miracle that I'm standing on this stage tonight, so thank you for letting me do that. This is something that I wrote the day I got home. This is called I Was Put Here to Unlock God. The girl with the saddest eyes you've ever seen will hug you the day you leave, tell you she loves you. Her eyes already shrink right with tears as she says, I'll probably be here forever. This is called Just Another Eulogy Poem. I'm too tired to write a poem for all my dead friends, the words becoming so much dust, which gets lost in spring breezes, which cuts you to the bone, slipping perfectly between the raindrops, falling like time itself between outstretched hands, becoming nothing where once was nothing, as I crawl inside my depression cocoon and fall asleep thinking about what a sick joke the whole deal is. This song's by Lou Reed. It used to come on the classic rock station when I was in high school, and I thought it was just the coolest, most mysterious song, so I thought I would play it tonight. Said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Candy came up in the back room. She was everybody's but she never lost a bit. Even when she was giving me, said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. And all the girls go doot, 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 Little Joe never gave it away. Everybody had to pay and pay. A hustle here, a hustle there. New York City is the place where they say, hey baby, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey Joe, take a walk on the wild side. The plum fairy, I can hit the street. I'm looking for soul food and a place to eat. She's seen her through a hollow. Even her, she go, says, hey sugar, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Jackets just steam away. Fox City's James Dean for a day. James Dean just crashed 1,000 words. Held that back, said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. And all the girls go do, 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 do.
Y'all keep it going for Ted Jackins. I know I'm not the only one that like sees people doing something and I think I can do it myself. I remember Aquila and B came out. I was in a room. Prestidigitation. So seeing Ted, I'm going to be doing air guitar all night, thanks to you. Appreciate you. Y'all give it up one more time for Ted Jackins. Listen, so honored to bring up our next poet. I want to say this your first time in performing in Statesville, right? Or this first time. We gonna go whatever the first time, so I can get my first timer off. We got a first timer in the house, y'all. Let's make some noise. All right, Law Bullock. It's a Fayetteville, North Carolina spoken word poet, public speaker, photographer. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? You saw me struggling. And self-publishing author. For 14 years, he has traveled nationally performing in major festivals and collaborating with organizations to use art as a bridge across generations. And I had the privilege of encountering Law back in Tennessee, right? At the, there is a regional spoken word competition called Southern Fried Poetry Slam. Encourage y'all to get into that, but that's not why we're here tonight. Y'all help me make some noise for Law Bullock.
Despite my love for musical instrumentation, never did I learn quite how to play. And even though I dabbled in the piano as a child, never have I mastered the ability to tell a story by tapping a series of keys. Such is the case with my love for the saxophone, because every time I hear the instrument of brass, its song always finds a home within me, resonating like memories of mere days before my 24th birthday. Sitting on the top row of that double-decker bus, I listened as the saxophonist told me his story without saying a single word. And it hung in the air as if John Coltrane stood there in the very flesh, coaching me how to right hand palm, left pinky, right pinky, left hand palm. And I'm not even sure that's the correct sequence, because as I said before, y'all, never have I mastered the lingo of instruments. But I love music enough to tell you the story about the day I became an uncle at the age of 14, at a time when life, at least in my eyes, lacked a lot of promise. So by the time that my first niece arrived, y'all, I was too busy spiraling on a highway into an early grave. Yet from the first moment I held you, I made it my life's mission to protect you as best I could, because you are one of the reasons why I could stand before an audience today and show them how I rise, how I fall, now I sing, now I sob. You, the most beautiful reminder of what I would have missed. So yeah, be proud to call yourself my favorite harmony of love, laughter, and life, a firefly of serenity that's helped to make this life of mine a little more better with each step of the way. Because even though I never did learn quite how to play, I can at least say that I now understand what it means when they say that it's wonderful. I've always considered myself an aficionado, and now I'm the uncle of four. And at first glance, you are a multiple playlist of multiple personalities that at first glance should clash up in your sound. Instead, you flow perfectly through your ups and your downs, a harmonic melody that I do not wish to mess up. Because even though I don't have my own kids, an uncle's job is to help to guide y'all from the same pitfalls I once fell into. Yet no matter how much I love you, I often question, how can I guide you when I'm still a novice at keeping myself from tripping over my own coordination? Always feeling like the only one unprepared to play in the symphony as the curtain begins to rise. showcasing the audience, waiting to be left in awe, and even though I stand here in confidence, from the time we make eye contact, I freeze. A love of music, unable to follow the most basic piano scale, unable to play the simplest guitar riff, now having to muster my strength to do the best for you for evolving masterpieces, looking up to me like an orchestra to a maestro, so I can help to cue you in, to help you fully stand up. How y'all doing, Statesville? How y'all doing? So this is my first time here at this particular showcase. My first time performing here was back in 2017 when I was part of a collective called Forgiven. And we traveled the church circuit breaking down barricades of poets, rappers, dancers, singers. At one point, they called us the Wu-Tang of the church. Because we could at any point have 20 members show up at your showcase and just take over. But it was always for fun and love. And that was in 2017, so to be able to come back here and be part of Derick Lee's showcase that he puts on for y'all is a blessing. So thank y'all for having me here. So before I do this last poem, if you want to follow me, you can find me at Facebook and Instagram at LAWBULLOCK. That's LAWBULLOCK, Facebook and Instagram. When the barista at my local cafe knows my name, she either, one, likes me, or two, I go there way too often that now we're on a first name basis. One is a possibility. Two makes more sense. She works in customer service. I'm a customer in need of a service. Iced chai, size, venti. And to conclude our dialogue, she says, anything else? I hesitate. I'm not sure why. As I look at the menu, even though deep down I know what I desire most is not on it, sometimes saying yes ain't always easy. I'm afraid I'll say the wrong thing. I'm awkward like that. No is far more simple. It almost always ends on one-to conversations. It helps to keep me in the 6x8 cell I've secured myself in, but I also know that it does help to keep me stagnant, because it is prone to slamming doors in my face, refusing to wipe its feet before placing dirty shoes on my carpet. Side note, to my next house, I will say yes to wooden floors, or to marble floors, or I'm not sure, at least they'll be easier to clean. I mean, have you ever tried scrubbing mud out of carpets, or food, or soda, or animal hair? It's time-consuming, makes no sound so much better, makes it that much more appetizing to roll off the tongue with, got me praise dancing, yes to a no, no to a yes. My anxiety running back and forth so much, it takes no less than 21 attempts to calm me down. I understand the benefits of saying the right no, just as I comprehend the consequences of giving the wrong yes. I've lived on both sides of the tracks. A boulevard of rejection, an avenue of acceptance, told in my face it would cost me nothing. Deep down, I know that everything costs something, even free ain't free. No matter how much I love my dreams, sometimes get out of bed to chase them is just as taxing as the IRS, but I digress. This is about me being available to new connections, like knowing whether or not that a smile is just a kind gesture, or if it holds deeper meaning behind it. I don't want to misread or misread again to come off as illiterate. For example, I once said yes to a relationship that I was not committed to. In turn, I said no to a woman I held all the fondness for, made me a victim of insomnia, tossing, turning, jumping around the idea of erasing no from my vocabulary. But love lost is never a good excuse never to say no to a bad situation. That I've hoped at all the wrong yeses, that today I will give the right one. It gets me over the hump. Sometimes these doors aren't all blessings. Sometimes that light shines through into more than a fire waiting to be felt, hand to knob. I burn myself again. I walk into my local cafe. New barista, same smile. I may never know the last one like me or just that good at her job. Either way, I know that everything has a price, but I'm also no longer afraid to say yes.
Do I need to say it? Do I need to say it? Let's give it up for Lord Bullet. Now, we're going to find out where the different people at. Who's still drinking coffee when it's 90 degrees outside? Who's still drinking their hot coffee? Well, that's me too, y'all. So we in good company. We in good company. One more time for Lord Bud. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, we got the Fayetteville Method Man in the house. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Hey, I got some good news. I was trying to give you a head start, you know. I got some good news, y'all. If y'all was here during my little photography session with the artist, then one of the artists in this building finally got her book underway. Got a publisher. You said you got a graphic designer too, right? She got a graphic designer. Yeah. You said you got a proofreader too, right? She got a proofreader. Hey, as Christy makes her way up to the stage as she prepares to share more of her craft, a part of her good news, y'all help me welcome her to the stage.
I got to read from the book. Wow. First, I want to tell you how happy I am to be included on this very special stage. Who would have known? So, my first poem, I remember reading at an Arts Council poetry reading at Mitchell College many decades ago. And what I want you to know about my book, although it's called If I Spoke With You, and there's a poem in here called If I Spoke With You, which I read last time. It's true stories. All of these poems are actually real events that happened in my life. And this first one is about the man that I married when I was 19. He's no longer with us. You will figure that out. Make sure I can turn the page with my one hand. This is called Burying Your Prayer Sticks. I walked into the room, stop. Burying your prayer sticks. I walked into the woods to cast prayers for you, you beyond the realm of form. Embracing indigenous ritual, I divine living dirt, unearth a hallowed space. It leads me to you, dying in your sleep. Tears like fast erosion swallow my intentions. I hear the earthworms making waste beneath a rock's resting side. Curious witnesses watch. Emptied, I kneel in dead leaves, digging with my hands to clear the perfect place to place your prayer sticks. You are fixed now beyond the chant of love songs streaming lifeways. Sucking the finished wind closer, I hold humid air beside my unstrung heart and forget to breathe again. Memories fill this hole. Our story spills around me. Our union is put to sleep. I can't stop dreaming the words. At night, your voice wakes me. I hear no lyrics I can't recall. I feel you singing like a mighty river, pouring your music on me like touch. At dusk, I plant these yellowed vines dressed in ribbons of fear and yarns of remembrance beneath the cold black loam, this winter's only wealth. There, in this plain ground, our seasons will compost. I want you to sense me, my heart wrapped around these roots as I graft our family's tender tree, calming the wildness. Gleanings from our life fertilize these hungry roots that carry my future skyward, sluicing silver white clouds, sleek blackbirds, authentic watchers, caw into the wind. From their throats, your final amen. This is a story about romance gone bad. It's called What You Remember. You say she's been calling some man a lot. You've been reading phone bills like scars on skin, wasted days obsessing, ruminating, repeating imagined promises they spoke wirelessly, felt their heat, hugging the humid mouthpiece as they whisper openly their desire, planning their next dalliance, hating the hours gone lost in the houses of their marriages, craving the moment they would touch again. You say you've been studying bank statements too, felt the quickening pulse of charges and balances, overdrawn traveling dinners, perspiring saliva slips from her kiss into his palm, dampens the torn window envelopes laid open, drying on the sheets of your bed. There's got to be a way to make her love me again, you say, even as you ask behind her back if others are witness to her comings and goings, driving off, stealing deep, obscene inhalations, or not breathing at all. Anticipation squinting her green eyes, looking away from your sun into his moon, shaking herself out, holding the map in her mind, knowing exactly where she'd be by dark. You told me her damp hair caught in the corner of your mouth one time, tangled in your fingers, the pull you remember, a web bound strangely like trust. You can't stop remembering, I say. You've lost touch. But do remember this. To be loved, you must be lovable over and over and over. One real quick one. This is called Above Ground. I'm quit of looking for the cosmic among my senses, finding only a vacuum knotted in the soaked bedsheet that your sacred geometry creates, making itself up each night. The clock face spirals down or analogs over, blowing time among us and between us, catching in our throats the cough of unknown futures. Darkness merges into one or another zodiac warrior that reveals its face or fantasy of escape with me, just watching the sky, wondering what's up. Tying cords to fish, Venus understood the same necessities I believe in, working salvation into the oceans, the dreams of bivalves, streams of consciousness, and words. Our common bowl sets ablaze, earth matches atom for atom, the ones we loved in sacred time, in time misspent. Orchestrating the fall forward into yesterday when brain manner manifests the myth and coupling begets the membership, we play ourselves into a jazzy spin and keep our souls pushed just above ground for the picking. Thank you.
Y'all keep it going for Chrissy Carlin. And releasing your first book Is that your first book?
This will be my first book.
This will be her first book, y'all. That's no small feat, right? That's a major accomplishment. I hope you feel celebrated in that.
You know what's real difficult with poets when they're
Can I tell you what's real difficult? For us to celebrate you, and did you tell us the name of your book?
if I spoke with you.
Oh yeah, you did tell us. What's difficult is to like celebrate it without like everybody ingraining it in their head. So can we say her book title, If I Spoke With You? We want everybody, make sure you grab your copy of If I Spoke With You. You had something to share though? I cut you off.
No, I just wanted to say when you have an editor and they want to fix all your punctuation with poetry, and they want to take out the words that you made up.
I feel you, but also thank God for editors, because listen, in college, all my papers was read.
In the beginning of my book, the entry is, every good writer deserves a great editor.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I want to make one more announcement.
Yes.
I just found out today that there's going to be a foreword in my book written by Joseph Bathanti. Does anyone know Joseph? Well, he used to live here in Statesville, teach at Mitchell, and he was the poet laureate of North Carolina.
Give it up. Thank you, thank you. If I Spoke With You, make sure y'all grab your copy. Y'all, did it get cold in here? No? Y'all sure? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think y'all clapping enough. It got a little cold to me. Our next artist, Amy, been in Statesville since 2017. She is a friend and fundraiser for Christian Mission in Mooresville, a nonprofit committed to breaking the cycle of poverty. She is married to Stephen. This year, they're celebrating 20 years, y'all. Let's give it up for that. They have a daughter. Is it safe to assume that the daughter's in the house too? Let's give it up for Molly. It does say they have one dog, but I don't see a dog in the house here. Any cute dogs in the house that can? No? Okay. Y'all sure it didn't get cold in here? Let's give it up for Amy Freeze.
Much shorter than me. All right. Well, thank you all. This is not my first time, but it's my first time in a long time, so just bear with me on that, but I'm happy to be here tonight. The first poem I wanted to read is called Weeds. It's a poem that I wrote, it's a couple of years ago now, from a time that my English college professor had passed away, and she was a real mentor to me. She helped get me involved in creative writing in college, but also was a mentor, not just in writing, but in life. There were a few years in college that were just a really hard time for me, and she really came and walked alongside of me. So this one is called Weeds. Scientists call it a henbit dead nettle. My mom called it a weed. You've seen them springing up beside sidewalks, creeping between concrete cracks, those purple flowers with the concave petals, the tubular blooms, the scalloped lacy leaves, and the square peach fuzz stems. I ran as fast as 3-year-old legs would carry me, with a fistful of henbit dead nettle for my mom. She complained they brought ants in the house. Still, I begged to put the bouquet in a vase. I didn't know it was a shot glass. Scientists say it was even present in the wilderness at Sinai. Moses, with the 10 Commandments, flattened the weeds with his flip-flop feet as he burned with anger watching the people make a god in their own image. He smashed the tablets to pieces the way my dad used to slam doors, spilling vase water onto the windowsill, driving away for hours, not knowing if he's coming back. My question was always, where did he go? Now I wonder if it should have been to whom. Crying alone at the window, my mom long gone to bed, I was used to pleading like Moses, just one more chance, God. The truth is, it may have a name, but no one notices a weed. Thank you. The other one I wanted to read tonight, I appreciate Ted's honesty and humanity up here and sharing. I wanted to read, this one is called Mania Is. It's maybe finished, maybe not. You all poets know how that goes. You're always kind of working on things and tweaking things. But wanted to read this tonight. Monday was World Bipolar Day, which is really important to me as well. So wanted to read this tonight. Hopefully it speaks some to that experience, but I appreciate you sharing that, Ted. Mania is. Mania is a fallen live wire, dancing and snapping, a blue current sparking every move through skin and bone. Mania is a child's lost balloon slipping away into the sky, the pressure of a grenade pin waiting to be pulled. Music so loud it drowns the voices I never want to hear. Mania is alphabetizing kitchen spices at midnight and matching Tupperware lids. Mania is fresh rage, a bull charging the matador's red. Mania is seeing invisible rats scurrying beneath the bed or sliding across the laminate floor. Mania is a scream behind my teeth because everyone is tired of you and you're tired of yourself. What goes up must come down, and so all that you can do is wait for the fall. Thank you.
I know you said it's been a while. Welcome back. Y'all give it up one more time for Amy Freeze. Y'all, it's already been an hour, y'all. Just like that, we made it through the first half of our show. If y'all like me, I get a little antsy, even though I've been getting up and down. With that stated, we're going to take a small 10-minute break. Give yourself, stretch your legs, use the restroom, grab some refreshments inside the entry, and most importantly, talk to the artist. We'll be back in 10 minutes. What time is it? 8:18. I'll see y'all at 8:28. Thank you. Feel free to use the restroom. Feel free to grab some refreshments. But D-Rob is going to sing another song for us just while we wait. So y'all help me welcome to the stage D-Rob.
I'm really gonna get out of your way, and I was not gonna do it, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, if you know, you know. Sometimes God might move on your heart and tell you to do something, and sometimes we sit on it, and we don't share it, but we don't necessarily know who else may need to hear it apart from just ourselves. So I'm gonna hurry up. This song is called Close to You. And I'm gonna make this real short, I promise. This past Sunday, I did recently try to do something to myself. I was in a very low place, and God ended up using different people that I least expected to reach out to me and get me to a place where I could go to church on Tuesday night and get some help that I needed to get, where God could pull me out of a pit that I was in and help touch my mind and put me back on the right track where I need to be. Life is important more than I thought it was, but I have no idea who might need this. It could be just me, but I'm gonna make this quick. Lord, I love you, how I love you, more and more, oh, each day. I just want to be close to you. Ooh. Under the shadows of your wings, please hide me, Lord, so that I might be close to you. Ooh, 'cause in your presence is fullness of joy, of joy, yeah. And at your right hand are pleasures forevermore, and no evil can step where you are. So Lord, I love you, how I love you, more and more, oh, each day. Under the shadows of your wings, please hide me, Lord.
Y'all give it up one more time for D-Rock. Hey, I just want to be clear. Out of fairness, I know I gave a time limit to other artists. I know also me and D-Rock kind of talked before the show, and he said he just had it on heart to sing. So pray y'all just bear with that human decision to allow somebody that cathartic moment of releasing it and sharing with the crowd. I'll see y'all at 8:28. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Before we dive into the second half of our artists, we want to take time to actually make space for the executive director of the Iredell Arts Council, i.e., the reason why we even here today. So can y'all help me welcome Sydney to the stage?
Not too low. That's perfect. Thank you. Hi, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming to the Iredell Arts Council on a Thursday night to support our local poet community. I'm so glad to see so many new faces here and some regular faces here. Every time we have a show here, a spoken word show, I'm always, impressed doesn't even cover it. The amount of vulnerability the artists have on stage and the bravery, and it's always so touching, and I'm just so grateful that the Arts Council could play a small role for you guys to share what's on your heart and your work and your art. And I love that we've built such a community here, and that's really a testament to all of the artists in the room and Derick that are so open arms in supporting you guys. So I have the best job in town. I just do. I do. So I'm so happy you are all here tonight. I'm just going to run through a couple things that we have here at the Arts Council. We have a lot of communities here. We've got a music-loving community, a visual arts-loving community, a film-loving community, and it's just as loving and just as welcoming. So I hope you guys will cross over into all of these different mediums. So I want to highlight what we have coming up, which is on April. Well, let's start yesterday. We had our Mitchell Community College art show, which is on the walls tonight and out here. So we have a lovely art department at Mitchell Community College, and this is all student work. And yesterday we were able to give out scholarship funding to some of those students, and that's wonderful. So please support our young budding artists. It's important. Let's see, on April 14th, we are screening the film Across the Universe, and that is a film that touches on the Beatles catalog. And so that's going to be a film here. It's at 6 p.m. It's on a Tuesday night. It's $10. What more could you want? I hope you guys will attend that. That's in collaboration with our Full Bloom Film Festival, which is our international film festival. Save the date, September 9th through the 11th this year. So save that date. Let's see. Oh, this is fun. On April 23rd, we have Vanessa Collier coming, who is saxophone player. She's a saxophone player, and she's going to be here. She's won a ton of blues awards, so we're very grateful to welcome her back. She performed here a couple of years ago. You can find that video on our YouTube archive. So she's going to be fabulous, and that's on the 23rd. And then we have Larry Keel, which is a very, very successful bluegrass musician, and he will be here as well. So we're going to have blues, we're going to have the Beatles here, and we're going to have some bluegrass. So I hope you guys will come check us out for any of those events. I also just want to highlight Derick Lee. So Derick applied, I guess I met Derick, I want to say like 3 weeks on the job in 2024. He moved to town, came and was curious about the Arts Council. I said, you should come to our spoken word event. We were blown away. And then it just so happened to align that he was hosting this series. And he also was one of our Artist Support Grant recipients this year, which is a big deal, guys. It's a big, big deal. And Derick, I am so proud to say that an Iredell County artist, it's a regional grant. It's very competitive. There's 5 counties that compete for that grant funding. And Derick was the #1 ranked grant application. And I had so much pride, and I can't take credit for anything Derick does, but I had so much pride. I'm like, yes, Derick, go Derick. So I'm sure he'll tell you a little bit about tomorrow night and that artist support grant and that funding that helped him get there. So thank you to Derick. Thank you for supporting our poets and our artists and our arts councils. And let's hear some more poetry.
Y'all give it up for Sydney one more time. I mean, what is true is that funding supports artists to be able to lean into the craft more, right? And be fully present without worrying too much about trying to recoup on anything I invest myself or things coming out of pocket, because that can be a burden, a strain, and a barrier to accessing art. So I appreciate the Arts Council. Can we give it up one more time? Anybody in here need some new furniture? No? We not in the market for furniture? I tried to help her. All right. Heather Freeman is a 31-year-old in Morrisville, from Morrisville, North Carolina. Love being home with her husband and 2 kitties. She enjoys concept photography, furniture flipping, refinishing, and as of the last couple of years, poetry. Always looking out for all things true, beautiful, and good. Nature and art is where it's at. Inspired by faith and the shared human experience, she brings her craft to the stage. Let's give a warm welcome to Heather Freeman.
Awesome. Thank you, Derick, a gracious host. My name is Heather, and I'm just going to get straight into it. This poem is called Tree of Life / Outstretched. Hands covered in dirt, sweat on his brow. He planted me in the rich earth gently. Roots deep, my life-giving limbs outstretched. Reaching out with fruit that satisfies. Fruit that gives life, the eternal kind. I remember every cool evening in Eden, I offered all I could offer, my limbs heavy with fruit, and the sound of his voice to Adam, take, his voice to Eve, eat. And eat they did, though not from I saw that look in their eye. Hearts astray, their lustful limbs, outstretched. Reaching out for fruit that could never satisfy. Fruit that takes and takes and takes your life. And so there was sin, and so there was death. Cursed is the ground from which grew that tree. And so from that garden he bid them leave, a punishment wrapped in mercy. He protected them from me, lest they should live cursed eternally. After that, the garden was guarded, and never the same, except for the gardener, who walked still in the cool of the day. Year after year like this, and I never forgot those 2. How my heart breaks when I think of their limbs outstretched, and my limbs outstretched. But there came a day when the gardener came to me, a solemn look in his eye, an axe in his hand, the sound of my roots being ripped from the earth, and there, like before, hands covered in dirt, sweat on his brow, or is it blood? He carves and sweats and prays, he pleads and works and weeps, until my form is in a new shape, this gardener a carpenter, and I am again planted into the earth, this time violently, though not as violently as his hands and feet are planted with nails into me. His heart deep, his life-giving limbs outstretched, bursting forth with fruit that satisfies, fruit that gives life, the eternal kind. He swallows sin, he swallows death, he swallows the curse. Cursed is anyone who hangs from a tree. He's hanging from me. His limbs, nailed so tightly to my own, we may as well be one. For though I was called the tree of life, it was him all along. Gardener, carpenter, tree of life. He offered all he could offer. His limbs heavy with fruit. His voice to all, take. His voice to you, eat. Thank you.
Y'all keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Appreciate you so much, Heather. Sincerely. Collect the breath. All right. On 3, 2, 1. I actually got tissues in a box out there if y'all need some. I got you. I'll go get it in a second. All right. We transition into our last two artists before we get into your feature for the night, right? With that stated, I want us to give a very, very special, warm energy for the Radiant Poet, who is a writer born and raised in Statesville, North Carolina. She writes poetry to release caged emotions that connect with others. She hopes to better the world through her words and storytelling. So right now, as she makes her way to the stage, can y'all give it up for the Radiant Poet?
Hello. It's good to be back here. I'll just jump right into it. Untitled poems tonight. This first poem is about, I won't even say what it's about. I'm just going to get into the poetry. But it goes like this. Bone of my bone, hungry and hollow enough to carve out remembrance. Marrow is filling, but the hurt didn't offer sustenance through the night. Couldn't mask the shedding of a past self, so I learned to worship this temple more than I sought refuge from its skeletons. No shame in the truths I hold, but I do not carry. I will not bury the living. Flesh of my flesh, this body is my greatest proof of alignment, how it survives civil wars and offers me another chance at forgiveness, how it creates beauty but allows for destruction in the same breath. Couldn't meditate my way out of midnight, how this body loved unconditionally but choked on envy, a stone in the throat when I attempt to speak, knees of torn paper when I kneel to release. This body is deity, no longer a jealous God without the need for repentance. As gloom threatened to reveal secrets of my lonely, I didn't allow it to sink into temptation, didn't allow the anchor in my throat to determine when I sail, for my mouth is an ocean where my tongue births life from illuminated thoughts. Honest the days I used to give in to porcelain dreams, this attempt at abandonment. Couldn't give enough of myself away to make the ritual worthwhile. And I praised the purge, unafraid of its promised scars, to take my teeth, bones, and throat. But today, I owe my wings to grace and a righteous self-love that grows from a spine of certainty. It sheds the hollow baggage and fixes lips to give thanks for existence and praise the body for being worthy, for learning it is precious with its silly sickness, and I do not own forever. But I make a promise to myself and this body with what days I am owed. Praise the body for being worthy enough, for owning enough of my mistakes to reclaim the borrowed joy is plenty to celebrate. All right, let's get a little sappy just for a brief second. Untitled love poem. There are days I am an ocean threatening the shore of myself, drowning under the weight of self-doubt and self-sabotage. She becomes my lungs. On the days breathing is more task than privilege. Never allows me to turn my tongue into poison, but my mouth blooms into a garden every time we kiss. No graveyards of unspoken love poems. The immortal flowers here are born of growth and intention. She whispers joy into my corpse until it learns to live and dance, unashamed of stumbling and flailing, failing to get it right this time. The broken parts of me burn up when she holds the syllables of my name in her throat, waiting to erupt like riotous laughter. how to imagine a world where the sound of a voice regulates an entire nervous system, constructs my neurons into a sunset mosaic where we restore ourselves in prayers between lovers, and at the amen she still tastes of honey, leaves traces across my lips until the sticky and sweet are all I crave, more than the need to release. And this last poem that I have, also untitled for now. Yeah, it is for my mother. Your flesh smells of rotten regrets. Can't release the toxins form when the body holds on too long. A stinging in the stomach, a hunger that caves the body in, not for food or fear, but craves a touch that is beyond reconciliation. Your ribs are fragmented reality. Protect the organs that play a tune left in sync with your last lover, how they refuse to learn your lyrics, so you learn to mold into their melody. Hum the rhythm until it blends into a memory of your muscle. Flex the body's scars and speak boldly, or at least attempt the release of letting the hurt out. Your teeth trap the mind's secrets, how to echo the song of a belly that precipitates truth, while the lines on your palms tell stories of time running out. Under the hunger lies a woman waiting in her wonder, dying to feel something more than the midnight in her chest. She cries out for a mother that escaped mortality long ago. Won't talk with her God, for prayers feel like empty teacup conversations. Stir the blood with honey, and yet she can't quench the thirst for unconditional aches that preserve language as loss, an existence begging to be reclaimed or renamed, given identity beyond the need to nurture. And the children will raise the dead in search of newfound joy. The silence falls in the forest and no one is around to bear the grief. What shame in mourning the living. What sorcery is levitating sadness. What a forbidden hollow is this empty. Thank you.
I heard a couple of them, but I felt like it deserved a couple of more. So can we give the Radiant Poet a few? Can we give the Radiant Poet a few more mms? Appreciate you, Radiant Poet. Now let's give her a round of applause. You ready? Coming up to the stage next, dear friend of mine, a poet, professor, advocate, lover of words. She has been performing her poetry since 2016, sharing hard truths, transparency, and her life story. She describes her poetry as passionate, engaging, emotionally powerful. She describes her experiences navigating pain, grief, and overcoming and becoming. Can y'all help me make some noise for Cheryl Peace?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Derick. So I'm so happy to be here. As you said, my name is Cheryl Peace. I'm a poet, and I'm just going to share a couple pieces tonight. Y'all okay with that? All right. So as you said in my bio, a lot of my poetry is about my experience, my identity, and how I navigate the world. And yeah, a lot of it is my experience as well as a daughter of an immigrant, and just my identity growing up in the United States and all the things. So this first poem that I'm going to read, I haven't read this in a long time, so I just chose a random first. And this is called Betrayal. Betrayal feels like a child's longing for parental love, but then to be met with resistance. Betrayal feels like an innocent mind that was manipulated to believe another person in a position of power to only be stripped naked to confusion. Betrayal feels like a lover convincing you that you misinterpreted their intentions to then be broken down into bits of soil that they've convinced you is a home for a garden, but leaves you without water, leaving you thirsty, but they tried to convince you that you're thriving, convince you that them positioned as sun can make up for the drought. Betrayal feels like a purpose that is intertwined in a lack of resources, so you start to question, why am I even here anyway? Betrayal feels like a longing for better circumstances, but your depression drowns you before you ever had the chance to swim. Feels like a deck of cards so heavy that you try to hold them up but end up with broken hands. Betrayal feels like a prison that leaves you prisoner chained but convinces you that somehow you hold the key. You see, in every aspect of my life, in every chapter, I have faced betrayal that feels like it's more consistent than the freedom I seem to convince myself I have earned. Betrayal feels like the messed up ideology that I believe freedom is earned. I feel like betrayal feels like it gives me an opportunity, but at the same time makes me hate myself. I wonder if the same soul-sucking reasoning behind the betrayal that has followed me is the same person who made it part of my identity, the same person who I share genetic compositions with. Maybe betrayal pairs with science and uses metamorphism as its counterpart, shape-shifting into every crevice of my sanity, so I'm convinced. I'm convinced that every portion of pain has deeper roots, so I dig for them. I use every shovel in the tool bag I made myself and teach myself that the soil is dirty, but the filth washes away and welcomes healing. I tell myself that the rough skin the labor leaves me is meant for better shielding. I tell myself that the calluses on my fingers are reminders that the embrace you give me doesn't fit within my reach anymore. I work harder for understanding, for remnants of forgiveness I can try to grip, even if I know that it'll take a while for it not to slip between my hands. And in the end, I learned that maybe betrayal is a synonym for father. Thank you. This next piece that I'm going to read, I literally just wrote it a couple days ago. So yeah, this one I wrote after I took a trip overseas to see my family, and this one's called Before I Let Go. I was born with a broken spoon to my mouth. There were no designers of silver available for me. So they used a clay that had no time to mold or harden. So by the time I reached for it to bring nourishment into my body, it crumbled on sight. The reddish-orange undertones that stained my hands, I thought, were remnants of the combined palettes of my parents' skin, only to find out it was a marker, a reminder that I may walk through life branded, bruised, labeled me as destiny, as fate, as stamped, already stolen to the understanding that I'm less than and the embarrassment of being reduced to these conditions. So I ask you, where do I go when there isn't a path carved for me? What do I do when I am the product they use to build structures and utilize me for gain? What do I do when I'm so focused on survival that I don't even notice that the world recognizes these highlighted hands and smiles at the knowledge that I'm nothing but mere artifact? Objectification of this woman, this body, this life, this skin. I'm not sure when it began or why it happened, and why I didn't have choice for how I entered this body, how it has haunted me from the moment my eyes could interpret color. So it's hard not to want to rewind and start a clean slate, request a redo, because I deserve redemption. I deserve the reddish dirt that lingers on my skin to disappear from my melanin, move through the world without indicators of pain. And before I try to let it go, I always end up running it back, trying to build myself back up from brokenness and unfertilized soil, stop the merging of unsettled earth to this body, scrub this filth from this flesh, force this bruised voice and vessel to push past predisposition. But how? How do I move forward when I still seem to always crumble like that same dirt in the crevices of fear? That no matter how many times the ocean and rivers meet this tattooed trauma, it somehow still manages to bleed through me. That I try to treat it like a temporary acrylic paint that still has a chance to be painted over, but how? How do I move forward when this clay has become cemented and hardened over this vessel without choice? And I know that the body only temporarily holds the soul. But what does it mean if the only home it knew leaves it trapped with no air? Will it know when to properly exit? Thank you. Thank you all so much. I'm always grateful and blessed to be on this stage. I performed here a few times. It's always such a great environment. And I have the pleasure of introducing my great friends, our feature for tonight. Derick and I met a few years ago. I was performing, I think, for a Women's History Month event in Charlotte, and we connected, and we've been friends ever since. I had the pleasure of being one of the openers for his poetry special that premiered a couple years ago. And that film is going to be featured on Saturday at the Independent Picture House. So I'm sure he will talk more about it as well, but I'm going to be moderating the Q&A, and I'm so thankful. But Derick is a person that I'm so thankful to have connected with in the Charlotte community, in the greater Charlotte community. He is a poet, he's a spoken word artist. He is just a person that has a love for the arts and for the community that it consists of. And so I have the pleasure of introducing him tonight. He's going to be doing his set, and so please, 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 please give a big round of applause and welcome to Derick Lee.
My brother had hit me the other day. My brother had hit me the other day. My brother had hit me the other day. He asked me where I'm at. I told him I'm running late. Need me a moment from all of the pressure. I want to be great, but I'm in a difficult place. He told me he could relate. Took him a minute to clear up the vision, to see the big picture, then make the transition to having some faith. Look where it got him today. Set your intentions, believe in the words that you say. You do the same. Thank them for giving me game. Told them I loved them and told them to save me in space. Maybe a while, but I got to make it. Before we hung up, I told them I'm on the way. And now we're here, Statesville, North Carolina. Y'all make some noise. Hey, fun fact, my birthday is next Monday. Super excited about that. Turning 32 years old, and it's a true blessing. But as I transition to this new season in life, I can't help but reflect that childhood memories. Childhood memories like trees in autumn. How the hue of these mental images have changed. They dangle, desperately holding on for dear life until they fall, delicately swaying side to side with the slightest breeze, until they meet their final resting place, Forgotten by a call for a white Christmas, but I do remember the day our childhood ignorance collided with the cruelty of the world. Y'all, we thought Debbie cakes would cost the same forever. Scavenge dirty jeans and couch cushions, scraping up quarters that we were rich enough to buy the whole corner store until we were slapped by the realization they raised the price of all the fudge rounds by 50 cents. Our first sign that without warning, life as we knew it was destined to change drastically. I miss the days we weren't afraid to get dirty, just scared to let our muddy shoes stain the carpet. I miss the days we rode our bikes all the way across town, but our respect for mom rules had us racing to the crib because it was getting dark soon. We never knew the last time would be our last time. We all traded our two wheels the moment a member of our crew got their first whip. Epitome of carpool, teenage bodies splashed over passenger seats. We just knew that Honda Accord was our ticket out the hood forever, just to be driven to the worst hood of them all. Adulthood, y'all, I miss when boys wore basketball shorts under all of their jeans, ashy knees ready to hoop at the drop of a dime. Shoot, had I known I'd been 6'3", I would have spent more time in the lines doing layups, dreams of paychecks like NBA players before we ever knew how IRS took a pay cut. Like, dang, why they want to stick me for my paper? I miss Saturday morning cartoons and Captain Crunch. I miss late night conversations on our Nokias, but only after our minutes were free. When there were no debates about going 50-50 on rent. We just discussed how we would meet each other halfway on the dance floor at prom. And as Cupid shuffled our emotions, we clung to the idea of an everlasting slow dance because we knew everyone around us had to go their separate ways. With each diploma, job promotion, ring, and new branch to the family trees, our see you laters slowly grow more distant, desperately holding on for dear life through the season changes. And now, I'm just standing here left with these childhood memories like trees in autumn, and I can't stop these leaves from falling. I'm excited to be 32, excited to usher in this new season of life. I do miss a lot from my childhood. I will say one thing I don't miss is being forced to eat food that I don't like. I hate black-eyed peas. But I got one of those, if you don't like what I cook, then don't eat type of mamas, amen? I try to get up from the table, but I got one of those, boy, if you don't sit your type of mamas. Better be lucky I'm saved type of mamas. Oh, you think you grown type of mamas. I suggest you watch your tone type of mamas. I brought you in this world, I can take you out type of mamas. One day I tried to get smart. Gonna take me out where? McDonald's? But I got one of those, you got McDonald's money type of mamas, stay in the child's place type of mamas, and I suggest you fix your face type of mamas. Quit crying before I give you something to cry about type of mamas. But let's not get it twisted. I got a hugging type of mama, loving type of mama. A prayer changes all of all, the Holy Ghost is moving type of mama. Strength of a bull type of mama. Love so tough, when you get no whooping, you scream so loud no one can hear your voice type of mama. Before you get a whooping, she give you a choice type of mama. You can get it the easy way or the hard way. And one day I chose the latter. One day I chose to flee, only to glance back and see what looked like 3 generations of black women chasing after me. I got caught, but before she could swing, I reached up and grabbed the belt. She hollering, Jesus, save me from going to jail over this boy. I'm hollering, Jesus, I was just trying to save myself. She said, boy, you gonna make me lose my religion. You should have seen the confusion on my face. She spoke about religion as if it was tangible and could be misplaced. as if the pages in the book of life could be erased. And I thought to myself, surely this is a mistake. But at a very young age, I learned the hard way that it's best not to correct mama on what she says. And mama believes it when she says that God will answer all of our prayers, even in a moment where the world is trying to tear her apart. And it's in those moments I realized losing my mama would be like losing my heart. If I knew it would have caused less stress when you gave me a choice, I would have never chose the hard. But even in the midst of the hard, I got one of those, as for me in my house, we will serve the Lord type of mamas. No weapon formed against us should prosper type of mamas. When the wig come off, you know it's real type of mamas. She hooting and hollering till she sweat type of mamas. She hurting, but she'll pray for her kids before she prays for herself type of mamas. And one night, I watched my mama drop down to her knees. To the heavens she sent a plea. Now cover my son, be his screen, shelter his eyes from all of the pain I've had to see that same night. I dropped down to my knees. To the heavens I sent the plea. God, take all of my mama's pain and place it inside of me. Which made me question, if we're both praying for each other's pain, whose prayer does God answer? I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make these poems cry. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make these poems cry. Lately, my mind running over time, my thoughts running actively. At the reality, me and mama not talking, feel like she mad at me. Before, if I was distant from people, cause I had to be. Wasn't nothing, cut them off, or did it happily. But it's different when you talking about the one that brought you in this earth. I ain't seen her in a minute, that's the truth, and it hurts. And what's worse, they say where your heart is at, it's where you call home. Lately, I don't know where I belong. Lately, telling people that I love to leave me alone, stupidly thinking I can make it on my own. That's something I adopted. I got that from my father. I used to think he hated us cause he left us with mama boyfriend who got high, AIDS is out of house and home, then he gone on his hiatus. Way he played this make me lose my patience. Frustrating, no different than the media faking, listening to lies on TV screen, just throwing a pill to me. I'm told I'm missing out, I'm like, what that mean to me? Growing up, we never had cable. Every dollar made went to putting food on the table. It's either that or you get off the muscle. And being the smallest, they had me running point. We hit the grocery store, I watched the dough, they spread the flow. The play was just a give and go. If you could swing it, then bounce back just to get some more. We was never greedy. You either did what you needed or you wasn't eating. That's the reason. Can't say that I would agree with my people robbing in the hoods or my people selling drugs, but I'm never quit to judge the things we resort to when the times are tough. For my sisters and brothers who feel like they had enough and they want to let those tears fall from their eye. I can't lie. Sometimes so do I, but I can't, so I got to make these poems cry. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I got to make these poems cry. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I got to make these poems cry. We were never greedy. You either did what you needed or you wasn't eating. That's the reason. Can't say I would agree with my people robbing their hoods or my people selling drugs, but I'm never quick to judge the things we resort to when the times are tough, because I was told to stay faithful to the people that I've been with. People looked at you and said I was a spitting image. The truth, when I think about you, I'm taking back the grassroots to proof. Second grade picture day, we're both snaggletooth to this moment still. I know you hate to hear it. Being face to face with you, it's like looking in the mirror. And it's not that you don't love me. We're brothers. But at times you could see the world differently. You knew how the streets could be. You didn't want what you've been through to hurt the people that you've been with, but to this moment still, when I picture you, I picture myself, young poor blacks, praised if we go through the concrete, but no one questioned who let us slip through the cracks. A chance you took. Couldn't see your path was crooked. I begged you to change, but you pitied poor people who had to beg for change just like you. A chance I took. I just felt better off putting my money on books. Years later, you hit my line. I'm putting my money on books, and I do it every single time. No questions asked, because I was told to stay faithful to the people that I've been with. Even though I have to talk to you through this glass every time I visit. You used to be my muse. Now you're the root of my misery. You're telling me that you're missing me. We're seeing things differently. You went to penitentiary, sent you copies of my book just to show you what pens did for me. To this moment still, when I picture you, I picture myself. You're chained by shackles. I'm chained by survivor's guilt. But to this moment still, I know you hate to hear it. Being face to face with you, it's like looking in a broken mirror. We grow older, thankful, be approaching 32. You get to reflect on those childhood memories, see how people you grew up with went different paths. It's important, as I reflect, to take the lessons we learned from the childhood, use it, pour it back into people who are coming behind us. But the reality is, sometimes when you're offering a message to younger people, you're oftentimes offering a message to younger versions of yourself. Black boy joy. Black boy joy. Black boy joy. There's some pain from my past that I used to ignore. I need to bring that pain to light so I don't hurt no more. I'm growing older, but still searching for that black boy joy. Black boy joy. I'm told repetition is the father of learning. Like being named after my father, saw foster his yearning to be a crutch for the same people that caused him his trauma. Labeled the boy, still gotta be a man for his mama. Black boy joy, black boy joy. I started thinking that's all the black boy's for. I started think I wouldn't get an applause if I ain't hit the stage and expose all of my flaws. Because where I'm from, we call that black boy joy. Where I'm from, in the black boy's vision, there's three options: performing, playing ball, or prison. I started think that's all the black boy's for because I noticed this difference. Our talk wasn't the birds and the bees. Our talk, survival 101, how you manage an encounter with the police. I guess you know it's more important when you riding on those wheels of misfortune and 12 pull you over and 12 pull you out and 12 go to pet. You learn not to say Jack. I say Jack, survive that, and you better thank God. I say Jack, survive that, and you deserve an applause, because where I'm from, we call that black boy joy. Black boy joy. There was some pain from my past that I used to ignore, but I brought that pain to light so I don't hurt no more. Now that I'm older, I got a message for my young black boys. Young black boys, I want you to know, I'm so glad your first love was football. But you have skills that transfer to other sports that can take you global, as opposed to a sport just being another way society puts more weight on your shoulders. I got another message for my young black boys. Young black boys, I want to see you learn magic. I want to see the world marvel at how you make something out of nothing by doing the basic hat trick. I got another message for my young black boys. Young black boys, I want you to understand that hurting women that you love isn't a part of being a man. I got another message for my young black boys. Young black boys, I just want to see you dance, because I want you to know using your fists ain't the only way to allow your emotions to physically manifest. I can send that message to my young black boys because I've been there before. Young black boys, it only gets harder as you get older. Young black boys, it's okay to cry. If you ever need to, you'll always have my shoulder. Young black boys, weep and may endure through the night, but the next morning it's a choice. So take it from somebody who has been there before. When you're making your decision, black boy, choose joy. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's an honor and privilege to be in this space. As Sydney alluded to earlier, I was a recipient of the Artist Support Grant. More specifically, I was able to leverage that grant that helped me host my first screening of my spoken word poetry special. I want to say all of the poems you heard tonight will be inside of the special. I'll go a little bit how I will explain it. Y'all know how comedians have comedy specials. I'm a spoken word artist gearing up to release a spoken word poetry special. 45-minute, independently produced. We filmed it in front of a live audience at the Blumenthal Stage Door Theater in Charlotte. Long editing process, but it's here. I'm actually announcing the platform that we're releasing it on my birthday on Monday, but prior to that, I'm doing a screening of the film this Saturday, and the Arts Council, the funding I got from the Arts Council was a part of funding that. So when I tell y'all my appreciation, I'm a living testament of like how that funding supports me with going to the next level in my career. If you want it, I have information. I have flyers about the special, and I have flyers about how you can pre-order the special on Monday once I announce it to the public, but y'all are hearing it first. Thank y'all so much for the love. I'm Derick Lee, y'all. This has been Season Changes Spoken Word Poetry Showcase. Let's give it up for all of the artists tonight. Let's give it up for the Iredell Arts Council. And most importantly, give it up for yourselves. Y'all be safe getting home. Make sure you talk to our artists. Love y'all. I forgot the scavenger hunt.